Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the Jones Review 2.0. So we're gonna do things different. This is a new studio. I want to thank a huge shout out to DATV for letting me use their equipment and training me on how to use this. I want to say podcast room, but it's more like a studio room. Um, I just really appreciate all the love and the appreciation to get this back together. Sorry if I'm a little nervous, but I would like to introduce my first guest for the 2.0, the Jones Review, and it is my boy Kyle Burns.
What's up, everyone? What's up, Bailey? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm well, live
Okay,
and breathing. So, walking and talking. So, yeah, it's a good
awesome.
day.
For everyone,
It's
for
raining here.
I can't believe we're back, and I'm still getting used to the camera. And he showed me how to do it. So every time like I speak, I put the space, I click the space bar, and then when you speak, I click the space bar so the camera shows when I'm recording it. Uh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's just very nice studio. So yeah, forgive me,
Nice.
everyone. I love the camera quality though. It's very clear and just it's like a nice setup and everything. But you know,
Really
yeah.
nice.
But yeah, uh, sorry it took so long to get the Jones Review back. I'll talk about it a little bit. It just I was doing research, like really hardcore research, and majority of my research, I looked up. Oh, is there radio stations anywhere or that I can use to my ability so I can get the Jones Review back on? A lot of it was go back to school and anything, but I like DATV never popped up when I was doing research for this, which is kind of weird, but it's okay. We're here now, so I'm very thankful, and I'm glad to have Kyle as my first guest, and it's just a.
Hey,
By the way, nice room. I like it.
thanks,
Yeah,
man.
no problem.
Thanks,
No problem.
man. It's
Okay.
it's still a work in progress since I just moved here, but
All right.
but yeah, as you can see, there's my little
Yeah,
straw
One Piece.
hat.
You got the One
Jolly
Piece.
Run. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes,
Nice.
sir. Straw hats. Yeah,
Awesome.
100%. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, so basically on the 2.0 of the Jones Review, I would like. There's a lot of new content that's been coming out lately, and of course, we're gonna dive into it. We might not get to everything so far, but if we do, that'll be great. But let's start it off. So basically, there's this brand new movie that came out by Marvel Studios, and it's made $1 billion at the box office. Hopefully more. I'm guessing probably like 2 or 3 billion. I hope. I mean, I know it's a stretch, but it's that good of a movie. But of course, we gotta talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. So with the new review system I'm gonna do it out of 10 instead of 5 out of 5. I'm gonna do like out of 10 review. So just to get more like an in-depth review for it. It's been a while for me, so forgive me, everybody. Still, but we're gonna do this. I'll just learn from this episode. I do like constructive criticism. I would like that, and just tell me how I did, and I can do better and improve off of it, off of for the next episode. So, but yeah, so Deadpool and Wolverine. So Kyle, out of
Yeah.
10 out of 10 stars, basically, I'm going to rate this a 9 out of 10 because they had so much to give in this movie. They had well, I don't know. Should we make it a spoiler review since it came out a month, or should we make it a non-spoiler?
I think so.
Okay, okay,
It's been out for like a month.
right,
So, but Marvel themselves has already posted pretty much like the big cameos already on their socials. So might as
right,
well just make it a
right.
spoiler cast.
Awesome. Well, yeah. So this is gonna be a spoiler review. So if you don't want to listen to this, I guess you can tune out or maybe fast forward like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. But so Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 because they had so many different. It's a multiverse movie, of course, but also it's a huge Fox Endgame movie, and they had Ryan Reynolds, of course, as Deadpool, and then plus the legend Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and that's the big step. That's, in my opinion, that's the biggest comeback than RDJ, which I'll get to that later. But Deadpool with Wolverine, well, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Basically, Deadpool gets to see different versions of Wolverine. of course, well, it's kind of my favorite part, but he kind of steals a TVA time travel device, and he goes to different universes, and he goes to the comic accurate version of Wolverine, and it's a little midget Wolverine. Where he's basically, well, technically he's supposed to be like 5'3", but they made him 4'10" in the movie. But it was a very funny scene. And then the next scene they had, the John, well, yeah, I think it was the no, it was the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, where he's more aggressive and, you know, animalistic, and he has one arm basically because Apocalypse in that universe took over the world, and everybody's just, they love Apocalypse. And then with the description of this character, this version of Wolverine, he has one adamantium cut off arm, and then he has his regular arm. And then that next scene, he goes to the actual comic accurate Old Man Logan universe, and Deadpool gets shot, and then he's just trying to find a Wolverine that can help him save his world, because in this movie they made this new idea for the multiverse. If there's a main anchor being, which is like a main hero for that universe, if that anchor being dies, basically that universe slowly dies off. So Deadpool is tasked by the TVA to find a Wolverine that can help him save his world, basically. And of course, they made a huge callback to the Logan movie that basically ended Hugh Jackman's career as Wolverine. But of course, they made a funny joke that they weren't going to touch it, but it was a nice touch to it. In the beginning, Deadpool, basically the first variant was the Logan version, and he was surprised that Wolverine died, but you know, it was just certain factors from the Logan movie. And then after that, it was a very nice first opening, by the way. And before that, after that, Deadpool went to the John Byrne universe, which is the brown, yellow, and red suit, basically. And just the comic, I would say the most iconic Wolverine costume of all time. And plus, it had the iconic fight between Wolverine versus Hulk, which I would like to see. I seen rumors, and I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but I seen rumors a lot. They're gonna make a Hulk versus Wolverine, I hope. But I guess Disney's gonna make Hugh Jackman do this till he's 90, of course. But what are your thoughts on the movie, Kyle?
So, oh man, because I'm more critical.
Yeah,
I'm more critical because I actually work in the film industry.
yeah.
So, but as like an overall movie, I gave it an 8 out of 10
Mm-hmm.
because for me, in my personal opinion, I don't think that this movie lived up to the hype that was the first Deadpool.
Okay.
But don't get me wrong, there still were some like hype moments in it because, like as you mentioned before, this is like a multiverse movie,
Mm-hmm.
and they brought back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, which is like huge because as fans we've been wanting to see this for like years, but it just never happened.
Right.
But now Ryan Reynolds but Ryan Reynolds, but more specifically like Blake Lively, because I don't think a lot of people know this because Blake Lively had like a lot to say. Because as some of you may or may not know, that Blake Lively is Ryan Reynolds' wife,
Mm-hmm.
so she kind of had like a say in it. It's because of like they have kids, they
Right.
have a
Yep.
family life,
Yep.
so so she was like the final say. It was like, yeah, you can make this movie, and then once she gave like the final say, they were able to make the movie, and then here we are $1 billion later at the box, which is absolutely insane because it beat Joker, which which became like the highest at the time. It became like the highest grossing R-rated movie like ever in history, and then Deadpool and Wolverine just shattered it, like it shattered it like it was nothing.
Right.
So I hope. I mean, obviously, it's going to make a little bit more. I think, but overall, as a movie, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. I will say, when it comes to Deadpool's story arc in this one, it's kind of it was kind of lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was kind of lackluster. Story wise, because in this one it was about him like he wanted to matter compared to like the other ones where it was about like love and friends and all these other different themes, but this one he
Right.
just wanted to matter, and I'm like, okay, let's see how it goes. but but as the movie continued, that's where things started picking up in all the right ways.
Mhm.
For me, it's just because I'm gonna let you, because there's certain things I wanted to talk about
Oh no.
in this film, but
Right.
I wanted to let you take that. You take
Okay.
that because obviously this is your show.
I know. I
This-
was just so excited. It's the first episode, and oh my bad. This is the
oh
first
no, you're good.
episode, and I'm just getting used to these new controls and skills that I learned today. And of
Yeah,
course, the, the studio people are gonna help me, and I appreciate them for helping me. They've been a great help so far, and I can't wait to work with them more. And I'm just very thankful. But also, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, anyways. But in this film, Deadpool Wolverine, it just has so many great cameos. Like, I gotta say, in my opinion, I knew Chris Evans was gonna be in there again. Of course, he missed playing as Captain America, but we all know we love Johnny Storm, Human Torch. Like, that's where it is. Like, that's that's where the good stuff is, in my opinion. And I loved how
mhm,
Deadpool thought that he was meeting Captain America in that scene when they're in the void. I would say a different version of the void because we haven't seen this version of the void before, and like I said, the reason why I gave it a 9 out of 10 because there's a lot of plot holes and a lot of things that should have been explained, but it wasn't because it's a fast paced movie. But
mhm.
I gotta say this is like a different version of the void because there's so many other characters that we haven't seen because we've seen the Void the first time and the TVA and Loki, but they didn't really go in deep with that. But in this version of the Void, we have Deadpool and Wolverine running from the TVA basically, and all of a sudden they come in. Well, they fight each other first, but they come encounter with a strange, mysterious person who's wearing a hood. He looks like Captain America from a distance, and with his gloves on and stuff. But when he takes off his hood, you can obviously know this is not Captain America. And he says some stuff that's not Captain America, of course, and Deadpool thought it was Cap. And then he thought he was going to say his iconic phrase, Avengers Assemble, but he says Flame On. And Deadpool reads like, what? Here's what I didn't like about that scene. Is that, well, technically, I did some research, I read up on it, and basically, the character, he's an X-Men character, X-Men villain character, but Pyro, he was there in Toad and Sabretooth, but they're also riding a Fantastic Four flying car and also just other different cars. But for some reason, Human Torch, the Chris Evans character, he flamed on and was trying to torch Pyro, but Pyro, he's a pyrokinetic or pyrokinesis, however you say that. But he overpowered Human Torch, which I think is weird because Human Torch can go supernova, but Pyro can't. But Pyro can just control any type of fire at his disposal. As long as he has inside a fire, he can use it and manipulate it. And basically, they get captured after that. And down the road, this is the biggest reveal for cameos. I would say one of the best cameos. Down the road, Deadpool and Wolverine, they just go on a journey just trying to get back home to Deadpool's universe. And they meet Cassandra Nova, which is the main villain of the movie, and Cassandra is basically the big boss in this void, and has the same power. Literally, the sister of Charles Xavier, Professor X, has the same powers as her, but more cynical and evil in a way, and painful when it comes to the people she's torturing. But Deadpool and Wolverine, they escape, and next thing you know, they pop up at this random place, and all of a sudden Deadpool is on the lookout and trying to see everything, and next thing you know, he's fighting Elektra, which is like a Fox Universe character, which is crazy. What's even better? They pop out with Blade. Blade. And well, here's the issue that I have. I didn't know they were gonna put Blade in the Fox Universe, but originally I think he was owned by Warner Brothers at first, right, Kyle?
I think so. I don't have
Okay.
too much knowledge on that, but I
Oh,
think at one point he was.
okay.
But yeah, yeah, I can't say anything. I don't know too much about that one.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I just remember like when the movies started for the Blade movies, it said New Line Cinema, so I just wasn't sure. But
Yeah, that's true.
I guess he Disney brought him back or something, and then now he's back. But that was the biggest reveal of all time. And then, of course, played by the OG Wesley Snipes, of course, and then Elektra is played by Jennifer Gardner. And then after that, here you go, pops up with Gambit, which is played by Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
That was an epic scene, man. And then after that, of course, you get X-23 from the Logan universe by Daphne Keene. I think I said that right, but
They did.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just such a beautiful moment because I know all the Marvel fans were freaking out that they seen all these Fox characters in this, on this movie, and I'm sure that it was very special, of course. And I here's what I didn't like: there was so many concept art after since the movie's been out for a month. I just saw a concept art for the original Deadpool, they call it the Rob Pool by the original creator, and it literally had his comic accurate suit for Deadpool, and he had the cable arsenal on him too. I thought that would have been cool to see. Oh, I'm missing one more variant that's very intriguing than, well, not all the other cameos, but we got the Calverine as,
Oh yeah.
he's
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think he should be in the MCU, Henry Cavill, because that was so accurate how he played as Wolverine, as Logan. He just how he was, fixing up his bike and everything, and just how hostile he was. Just that's Wolverine. And
Yeah.
honestly, I really hope they bring him back for Secret Wars. I hope, which they already announced for that, but we'll get into that soon. But I loved how they brought in, and then called him the Cavalrine, which that was his kind of his nickname
Yeah.
that he was
Yeah.
in the fan art for. But I would say you make a great Wolverine if they cast him in the MCU. But this movie was a thrill ride. I enjoyed every moment of it. It was very heartfelt, and I love the actors in it, and just the setting, and how it's a true multiverse movie. Marvel actually made a multiverse movie for once, because they got No Way Home. That was a good multiverse. Well, the last hour was a multiverse movie, but
Yeah.
well, yeah. But it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend it to fans who love Marvel. I would say there's people that said that they didn't like it because they're not a true superhero comic book nerd or comic book fan. But if you really love comic book movies and you're a comic book fan, you would love this movie. But there are a lot of plot holes to this, like how come it was set in, okay, technically Deadpool's universe was set in 2018, but for some reason they go fast forward to 2024, and Logan's universe is 2027. So how come Logan was gonna die in that time frame in 2024? He's technically still alive, but they brought in the Logan from a different universe, which basically he didn't show up to help his X-Men, the main one that you see in the movie with the yellow comic accurate yellow and blue suit. He didn't show up to help his fellow X-Men, and they all died, and I guess he went on a killing spree, and I'm not sure how many people he killed, but I guess the Avengers don't like him in that universe. But what doesn't make sense to me is how come they made that Wolverine the main Wolverine of that universe, but what happened to that Fox universe Wolverine? Because he's technically still alive. That's what they didn't explain, unless if that's what kind of confused me, because he basically replaced the Fox universe Wolverine in some way. But this Wolverine is basically the same one. It has the same memories as the Fox universe Wolverine. I don't know. I just don't know what to call it. I would say the yellow and blue suit Wolverine or something. But what are your thoughts on the plot holes, Kyle?
Dog, you just blew my mind with that one.
I know. I know. If I, like
You just, I'm like, because as you were talking, I'm like, huh? Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah. I mean, with plot holes wise, certainly with like a movie like this, I tried to turn my brain off, because if I start thinking about it more, it's
Yeah.
as it gets if it if I start thinking about plot holes within this, or pretty much with any movie, if I will say this, Deadpool and Wolverine is stupid fun. It's stupid fun. It's one of these films where you just have to turn your brain off
Hmm.
and just get excited because not only is Deadpool and Wolverine, like I mentioned before, people have been wanting to see this for years, but
Right.
it's also a homage and a celebration to like the Fox universe because without them, without those series of movies, we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't have no like Iron Man. We wouldn't have no Avengers. We wouldn't have like Spider Man. Like these these series of movies literally set up the groundwork of what Marvel Studios is today. So that's how I look at it. I didn't really focus on the plot holes until now.
Hmm.
Until now. But yeah, I don't have no thought. I don't really have any thoughts on them. But all I'm saying is Marvel better fix it when it comes to Doomsday and Secret Wars. I'm just saying the plot hole thing is getting out of hand, Marvel.
Yeah, seriously, like try to. I mean, I don't want to say fix your story, but at least try to make it make sense. And
Well, yeah.
I didn't really care that he was the main Wolverine because I did like that version of Wolverine because he had the comic accurate suit and he was more comic accurate than the Fox Universe Wolverine, and
Hmm.
he actually had the suit. But
Hmm.
yeah, like you said, you kind of have to turn your brain off if you watch this movie because it's just a stupid fun movie, like Kyle said, and I'll probably go into more in depth with Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. But yeah, I would say it's a good movie to watch. Everyone should go see it if you like Deadpool and Wolverine. But yeah, just like they wouldn't be an MCU without Blade. Honestly, when I thought about it, I was like, I remember growing up with Blade, watching it with my dad, and how he set up basically the groundwork. My favorite one is Blade 2. I love Blade 2. That's the most action packed one.
Fair.
But basically, yeah, we wouldn't have an MCU without Blade. But I do not want Marvel Studios to cancel that Blade project that they have with Mahershala Ali because I like Mahershala Ali as an actor, and I think it would be respectable to at least give him a chance to play as Blade. And he would do a great job. I mean, you remember that he did his Blade audition based on Alita? He's
Oh
looking
my
like
god.
Blade.
Dude, that was that brother's backdoor audition. I'm like, I know what you're doing. I know what you're
I know,
doing. Like,
just the
like
glasses, he got
a
the coat,
trench coat
trench coat
is
on.
like, come on, man. All you're just missing is a sword.
Right. Like,
All you're just missing is a sword.
a sword and guns. That's all they need. Is sword and guns, basically. Yeah.
Literally. I'm like, man, does he know what he's doing? I bet, I bet Marvel's like, man, I bet he was like, man, I hope Marvel sees this.
Right.
And they did. And apparently they're still watching because we went through like several different writers, several different directors, and it's like, man, I don't want Blade to be the have Fantastic Four syndrome. I
Mhm.
really don't because still
Mhm.
to this day we haven't had a good Fantastic Four adaptation. I'm kind of scared for this one. But it's Marvel Studios, so I have a little bit of hope, a little bit. But I just don't want Blade to fall in that category where this is like unfilmable because at first they did like the original draft of the story is like this is going to be a passing of the torch movie, which I'm like it doesn't make any sense because this is the first time we're seeing Blade in MCU. So why are we doing a passing the torch story? The second draft of the script, Blade wasn't even going to be in it, not as much. And then now we don't know what's happening with it. I hope it's still in development, but there's been enough. Blade was announced like five five I think like 5 years ago,
Mhm.
and cameras haven't even started rolling yet. So
Mhm.
I know things take a while in our industry, but it doesn't take this long. It doesn't take this long.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, Bailey. I hope Blade is still in development because I really want to see it. I just want to see it. I just want to see what they do.
Yeah, I really want to see it too because Blade is a very iconic character in the Marvel universe, and he's a very important character. They're still making stories with Blade, even in
They
the
are.
new comics. They have the Vampire War, which is pretty cool, and basically trying to turn everybody into a vampire. I'll give a good example before we go on to the next topic. But basically, in the comics, Black Panther got turned into a vampire, but he ate so many purple hearts that he basically took the virus out of him, the vampire virus out of him. And they turned Miles into a vampire, then Doctor Strange. It's crazy, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed Deadpool Wolverine. If they make a second one or make a third movie, because they didn't confirm that. Well, they didn't confirm that it's not really Deadpool 3. It's just a side story with Deadpool Wolverine. But if they ever make a Deadpool 3, then hopefully they include Cable, because I did really want Cable in Deadpool Wolverine, but I understand that they weren't able to because of the budget. I think it's mainly because of the budget, because they already had big names in that movie, so I'm sure that was majority of the budget. But also, this movie was directed by Sean Levy, and I love Sean Levy. He's a great director. He basically made our childhood with Night of the Museum, Real Steel, Big Fat Liar. That's the biggest OG one. He basically been directing movies with Ryan Reynolds for the last few years, and he made the Adam Project and then Free Guy. Both great movies. Like, the dude did not miss a beat, literally. But but Deadpool Wolverine, 9 out of 10. It had a couple issues, but honestly, if you're just MCU fan, a comic book fan, a Marvel fan, this is your movie for sure. But yeah, 9 out of 10. So now we're gonna move on to Disney 23, which is the biggest announcements for what Disney's going to release the next few years. And I gotta say, I was really impressed with the reveals. I would say it's been better than the last few years, because they came out with heavy hitters. I mean, they got Incredibles 3. I'm gonna start it off. Incredibles 3. That was the biggest heavy hitter. Yeah, and then I'm not really excited for it, but Toy Story 5, I guess they're gonna keep going with Toy Story. And then previously, I'm gonna include this in, but it wasn't really announced at D23. It was more announced at Comic-Con, but they announced the next two Avengers movies, and it's Avengers Doomsday, which they announced RDJ, Robert Downey Jr., as Doomsday. I mean, not Doomsday, Dr. Doom. Why did I say Doomsday? Oh, is it just like, Anakin blew up the Death Star? You remember that?
Not even that. When you said Doomsday, I was like, oh no.
I was like, no.
Wait a minute. He's in DC now? Wait a minute.
I didn't mean, that was a big accident. I was so excited just to announce. I was like, oh well, I didn't mean to do that, but
you said that with your chest.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was not expecting to say that, but I was full of excitement for these announcements. I guess Doomsday was on my mind because, actually, originally it was called Doomsday. I think because I'd seen wait, it is. I think it's called Doomsday.
It is called Doomsday.
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. So, Avengers Doomsday is going to have Robert Downey Jr. I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but I think he's just a variant of Doctor Doom. I don't think this is the Doctor Doom. But in my opinion, I feel like it's kind of rushed because after the Jonathan Majors incident and stuff, and he's not King anymore, I don't know. It just, I low key. I know it's Disney and trying to have a good face like for children and everything because they're a brand, but I just feel like they didn't have to go with Doctor Doom just yet. I feel like they should have done a different variant of Kang and finish the Kang saga, but I see why they did change it to Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom is a big bad that literally can mop the floor with any other hero team to even begin with. He literally becomes like the Beyonder. He can have Beyonder powers. He can do magic. He can do everything. He's like in the Marvel comics, he's like the fourth or third smartest man in the world in the Marvel comics. But that's not part of D23. But I just want to make that known that Marvel made the announcement that they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, and plus they're gonna return the previous directors from Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame, the Russo brothers. So I'm very excited to see what this movie comes to be in the future. But yeah, they made that announcement, but that's not part of D23. Also, they announced Tron Ares. I'm a huge fan of Tron, and Kyle, have you seen Tron Legacy by any chance?
I've seen bits and pieces of it, and then I fell asleep. And then I fell asleep on it. I don't know what it was, but just it. I mean, the world is cool. The world of Tron Legacy is cool, or just like Tron in general. But I don't know. I mean, I might rewatch. I might rewatch it again because when I watched it, I think I was like, oh gosh, like oh, like a teenager. Ooh. Ooh, I mean, yeah, yeah. I watched it when I was like really, I was a wee little lad. So yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it again because I don't have that much of a good muscle memory of it. I don't even know what the plot was. So yeah, to answer your question, bits and pieces.
Okay, well, I don't blame you. Well, when I watched it when I was a kid, I thought it was a great movie to watch, and
Hmm.
I enjoyed every part. I just loved the CGI in it, and just how the world of Tron looked from the modern day perspective. With Tron Ares, it's a whole new different take on Tron. Uh, so basically, from the trailer, because I watched the majority of these trailers from the camera version on YouTube. I'm kind of glad they showed me the
Same,
trailer. Wait, have you
same.
seen the trailer for it yet?
I have, I
Okay,
have. It
okay.
looks really good,
It looks
actually.
really good. And it's basically, I guess Cameron uh, Mornigan or something. He's the actor that plays as Cal Kestis in the Star Wars Fallen Jedi series, and he was in Shameless. But I guess his character, I don't remember the name, but his character is trying to bring the Tron world to real life, and I guess they bring a different kind of Tron take on it. It's like different versions of Tron characters, or like different versions of like a like it's like a different Tron program comes into the real world, and it's not what you think. And I guess these versions of Tron programs are red instead of orange and blue, and all of a sudden you see Jeff Bridges come back at the end of the trailer. You're just like, oh man, this is all connected now. So I'm just really excited what they do with Tron. I hope it continues, just like how there's other franchises like Marvel and Disney and Pixar. Tron has a really nice world too, and I think it would be nice to see like different movies down the road. Hopefully, if this does well, but I think it will because it looks like they put a lot of effort and it looks like it has a good story to it. But
I think it will. I think it will.
yeah, but also they announced Moana 2. Of course,
Eh.
yeah, that's how I
Eh.
felt. But I know there's people that have kids and they love Moana, but of course Dwayne Johnson got to put his 2 cents in, and he already has Moana 2. Then the live action Moana, he's gonna play the live action Moana, even though he's getting up there. But I'm sure, I guess 50 late 50s, early 60s. I guess the new 40s. So
Can I can I
with
just say can I say I'm actually really proud of Disney for that one actually for
yeah,
Moana 2
yeah,
because because at, no one knew that this was coming out. It wasn't until like earlier this year is like, oh yeah, we're dropping Moana 2.
right.
Since when? Wait,
Right.
you like there was nothing, no deadline reported, no variety report on it, bro. They kept so tight-lipped about it, but I'm
Hmm.
like, for Moana too.
Right.
You out of all the projects that you guys got coming up, you got tight-lipped on Moana too. Okay, hey, I mean, hey, teachers don't. But you know what? You know what's cool? It's dropping on my birthday, November
Oh.
27th. I'm gonna go watch it because I have to. I have to. I love the original Moana. I still do. Still holds up to this day, obviously, because it came out like what in the 2010s, early 2010s, or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
I I I like watched Moana like in and out, but I would say the visuals were pretty good. The animation was really good. Um,
Hmm.
and I'm not. I know Disney's like a more of a musical type movies, but I can't feel for the musical movies. But I mean, I would say that from a distance, like when I watched In and Out, it was a good movie, and it was enjoyable to watch. And then
That's
also, they oh my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, Kyle.
oh no 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 I was just agreeing with you.
Okay. Also, sorry, I keep like talking and doing this, and because I gotta switch the camera when someone's talking, so that's something new I gotta get used to. But yeah. Also, they announced a live action of Lilo and Stitch. Well, live action adaptation, excuse me, of Lilo and Stitch. And my wife Jordan, she loves Lilo and Stitch. That's her favorite Disney franchise to watch.
Really?
But yeah, uh, yeah, I love Lilo and Stitch too. So, but I just don't like how they made a live action. But when you really think about it, they made a lot of Lilo and Stitch shows and movies, and I forgot because I looked on Disney Plus one time. I was like, man, this is a lot of Lilo and Stitch movies and TV shows. But I watched them all, Jordan. But she gotta say that's her favorite Disney franchise to watch. So I'm excited what they do. What'd you say?
I said that's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, it's just, Stitch is cute.
Right. Right.
I like. I also like that they didn't go the ugly Sonic route. They
Oh.
actually got his design right the first time, and I'm like, okay, okay, this is cool. Now I don't. For me personally, I really don't like these live action. I really don't like any of the live action except for the Jungle Book. I do love the Jungle Book. Um, but I don't like any of these live action Disney. Oh no, there's a bug.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I don't like any of these live action Disney movies. But I will say I am a little bit excited for Lilo and Stitch because I can't I can't put it as high and mighty like Jordan as like my favorite Disney movie or like favorite Disney franchise. I can't do that. But I am curious to see what the other aliens look like Jumba,
Mhm.
Pleakley, my dude Gantu or Gantu. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. I would say this live action adaptation is gonna be pretty good. Well, we did see a preview of Stitch live action, so that was a nice. The CGI was pretty clean, so I did like that. Also,
Hmm.
they're gonna come out with another Lion King live action, but it's about Mufasa,
Not gonna
and
sell. It's
yeah,
not gonna sell. I'm just saying because look, I'm just saying they have Mufasa coming out on the same day as Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm
uh,
just I'm just
uh,
saying
oh.
I'm just take that as you will. I'm just saying one has Scar Mufasa, one has Sonic and Shadow. I'm just saying. I'm just
we we already know who's Kyle's favorite character of all time, and it's of course it's Sonic, and he loves Sonic the Hedgehog and Shadow and Tail. I mean, Sonic is pretty cool. I remember Sonic X. That was a good TV show to
oh
watch. Every Saturday morning, it would come on Sonic. Sonic, man. Yeah.
yes,
But of course,
absolutely.
I'm with you there, Kyle. I'm gonna probably go see Sonic 3 instead of Mufasa because I didn't watch the live action Lion King. So in my opinion, but I know everyone has this idea what Disney's doing. I think they're just running out of ideas and they're just making money, and that's what they're known for. But I think hopefully they make Toy Story 5 a pretty decent story because Toy Story 4 kind of fell off in my
It
opinion.
should have it
It
should have
should,
ended at 3.
yeah, it
It
should
should have
just
ended at
ended at 3. But I'm also glad that they are finishing the Incredibles franchise. That storyline, that
well,
was a oh,
as far as we know.
okay. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah,
As far
yep,
as we know,
yep.
look, we said that with Toy Story 3, but here we are with 4 and 5. So we don't know what the other franchise are looking like.
What? Watch it be Toy Story 20.
Jesus. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
You know what? Sad thing is, I wouldn't even be surprised. I knew
Mhm.
it. I wouldn't even be surprised.
Right. But yeah, out of 10 stars, I'm gonna give this D23 a 10 out of 10 because they did come out with a lot of great announcements. Oh, also, as a side note, but they did announce the new Fortnite season around that time. I'm not going to talk about too much because Kyle doesn't play Fortnite, but I'll probably have another guest and we'll talk about it. But it's basically a Marvel season for Chapter 5, Season 3. No, Chapter 5, Season 4. My bad. Chapter 5, Season 4 does include the big bag Doctor Doom in it as a main villain, and he basically opens the labyrinth that happened from Chapter 5, Season 2, which was the Greek gods in season. But also, Doctor Doom unleashed the labyrinth, and it included the Marvel season brought back. And characters that we have is Captain Jonesy, which is a Fortnite version of Captain America, literally Captain America. Also, we got a Peelverine, which is Peely and Wolverine combined, and we have a Shuri Black Panther. We got Gwenpool. We do have Emma Frost, and yeah, that's also Mysterio. Can't forget about Mysterio. That was a nice reveal too. But yeah, I
Can
just
I
want to. Oh yeah,
can I say one quick thing about it? I mean, I don't
yeah,
I don't play the game,
yeah.
but I've
I got
seen
you. Yeah.
I I've seen what they done within the game.
Uh-huh.
Look, dude, this Doctor Doom's a menace.
Yeah, I agree.
this, this Doctor Doom is a menace because I've seen, bro, his throne is the thing,
Mm-hmm.
bro. What? And
Yeah.
then what was it? Because I saw like I think it's like some kind of trophy room. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't play
Oh
the
no,
game.
no,
I've
you're
only
good.
I've only seen like in game like Easter eggs or whatnot. There's a ball. There's like a rubber band ball, and that's Reed Richards,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still breathing, and like you can still see it move, and I'm like, bro, can we have this Doctor Doom?
That's what I'm
Can
saying.
bro, this dude. No, no, no. This dude's a menace to society. I'm like, man, can we have this one? Man, and also from the trailers, bro, Scott Summers is the coolest character, bro.
He,
Freaking Cyclops, bro. He dapping up everybody, bro.
that's what I'm saying. He got the dap, the iconic dap he does in the Marvel vs. Capcom with Ryu, and now he's dapping Captain Jonesy. What's next? He's gonna dap up Captain America in Secret Wars.
Nah,
like,
nah, 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 nah. Dap up Blade. Dap up Blade. bro,
Right.
bro, man, yeah, I just want to throw my 2 cents in there.
Oh, Kyle, you're good, man. I just want to throw it out there because I forgot. Of course, they did announce some Marvel games, or announce some a collab with Epic Games at the Disney conference. So I just want to include that too before I move on to Gamescom. But yeah, can we
Let me ask you.
Marvel's?
Let me ask
Oh
you.
yeah,
Let me ask you a question.
yes.
What, like, out of like the things that been announced at D23, which one has been like your favorite? If you had to choose like three or two, let's make it two.
You already know what my favorite is, Incredibles 3. But I'll list the other two, the last few. My other favorite would be Tron Ares because I love the Tron universe, and
Fair.
Tron Legacy was a good movie to me. It just had a nice storyline, and I just love the CGI in the world of Tron. I think I remember I did play Tron Evolution. They came out with a game with Tron Legacy, and it was a good game, by the way. Yeah, it was 360 era, but it
Oh,
was a really
gotcha.
good game actually. It's very action packed. Basically plays like how they do it in the movie too, and got the right light cycle and everything. But I would say Tron Arius. Also, I'll say my third one, because I'm not sure what other ones there was, but I'm trying to.
Not a big fan of that Daredevil Born Again.
Wait, oh yeah, I forgot they had Marvel. Okay, my bad. I so forgot. My bad. Yes, yes. I thought I wrote that down, but yes, Daredevil Born Again. That Kyle, I so forgot because I thought it was okay, good. Okay. I thought we were I thought it was a different event, and I thought it was Comic Con that was announced because they announced a lot of stuff. It was so
That's fair.
confusing because
That's fair.
I just thought I was like, was that there? It was not. And okay, I think didn't they announce a lot of Marvel stuff at D23? Oh yeah, they
So
did. I remember.
they've only
Okay.
announced. Well, they shown off slash. Well, they this presentation they only like talked about like things that are coming, that we already know about
Yeah.
because we've only seen like because they showed off, of course, Captain America: Brave New World, which like a full like HD trailer, showing us
Mhm.
fully what Red Hulk is gonna look like. They
Mhm.
showed a trailer of Daredevil: Born Again. Um, what was the other thing? Ironheart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. 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 That's how I feel.
and, I mean, I'm not hating, but it's just like, why? Why? Agatha Harkness. I mean, Agatha all along again. so, they've only showed like trailers for like things that are coming,
Mhm.
and we got a little bit of something of Fantastic Four, but because Fantastic Four hasn't really started shooting until like the day after Comic Con, so they've been on set um when D23 was going on, so they sent in like a little hey, how you doing, just like a greeting video.
Mhm.
um they shared like the trailer that they showed off at San Diego Comic Con, but this time I don't know the rules and regulations between Comic Con and D23, because at
Yeah.
D23 it's like whip out your phone, let the trailer leak online.
Right.
but, but with Comic Con, it's like, yeah, you can't, yeah, we're going to tell you, yeah, put your phones away. Yeah,
Mhm.
put your phones away. So I don't know what the difference is between, or like the rules and regulations between them,
Mhm.
even though it's just gonna release like the next day anyway. I don't know.
Right.
Um, got a little bit of the Thunderbolts. I'm curious to see about it, but it's like it's not on my top priority list. So like things like Blade, I don't think we're going. I think, to me personally, I think we're going to get the game first before we see the movie.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
I'm thinking. Oh, Kyle, I appreciate you reminding me of this stuff that I so forgot because it was so back to back and it just like it was like right there. I was just like, how did I just forget about that? So I
uh,
appreciate you telling me that.
that's
Thanks,
that's
man.
that's what I'm here for.
My bad.
Good times and good vibes,
Good times, good
and
vibes. Amen. But
and
yeah,
reminders.
yeah,
Oh gosh, what else? Because like the like you mentioned before, the two Avengers movies that came out during like Comic Con, so they
hmm
haven't really talked about those things,
hmm
not in detail because everything was announced at Comic Con. So why would they rehash everything here? But we don't have anything about like Wonder Man, Blade, um, Armor Wars,
yeah.
Vision
A
Quest.
lot of
Like,
stuff like it
yeah,
wasn't mentioned.
yeah, there was a lot of things that was, oh, Shang-Chi 2.
Mm,
So
yep.
yeah, we haven't gotten like any like things that's like coming up. We
hmm
haven't gotten like anything.
hmm
Not in like full anyways. I mean, obviously it's gonna be announced like down the line, like, okay, this show is coming out this year, but it shows that Marvel, ever since Bob Iger, excuse me,
Oh, good.
came back in the office, it shows that they are slowing down because what was it, the last 2 to 3 years we've got nothing but Marvel content, and everyone's just like superhero fatigue because we got like five shows and five movies in the
hmm
same year, and
Yeah.
it was kind of hard to keep up with everything because there's like,
hmm
yeah, here you go.
Here you go. Here you go. I liked how you did it. Like here you go. Here you go. Yeah, yeah. Just like that, man.
But I'm glad. Well, this year's a perfect example because the only Marvel movie I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that came out this year is Deadpool and Wolverine. I
Hmm.
think. Um, um, but then again, it's showing their progression of like, yeah, we don't want to burn people out as we did ever since the last leadership was here.
Right.
We don't want to do that. So I completely understand why they only touched on certain topics at D23. Well, for starters, it's D23. It's the Disney Expo, not the Marvel Expo. So you gotta
Hmm.
leave some room for the Disneys and the Pixars and the Star Wars. You gotta leave room for those.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah. But honestly, I wasn't expecting anything too big. I wasn't honestly. But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
I, I agree with you on that. I'm just glad they're slowing down and actually making sure the quality is right, because that's what was missing from all that Marvel content for the last few years.
Yeah.
And honestly, they did explain this. Have you ever heard of Comic Cast or Comic Book Cast on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, from that video, he was explaining that actually Disney was forcing Marvel Studios to make more content, and Marvel Studios was telling them like, we can't because we're trying to make it quality based, and we're not really more of a quantity than quality. It's quality and more than quantity. But yeah, Disney was forcing them to put out so much product after Endgame because it made so much more money for them. And
Mm.
yeah, that definitely shows, of course, what happened. But yeah, like we said, just they're slowing down with Bob Iger back in as CEO at Disney. So I'm excited for these movies. Like I said, you reminded me that was at D23. Thunderbolts, I am kind of excited for because I mean, the issue is that, well, technically they kind of had this. They already had this team in the comics, but the Thunderbolts is basically like a Marvel version of Suicide Squad to them in the world.
Yeah.
But this Suicide Squad
Yeah.
is a lot better, and they can actually kick butt than the Suicide Squad in DC Universe, because they got on their team. They got the Black Widow, the I forget the Florence Pugh version of Black Widow. They got U.S. Agent. They got Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier. They got Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster. I'm sorry that they tarnished your boy Taskmaster in Black Widow. I still remember that. Oh man.
Well, Paul can go to that one. Dude, I have two friends, and bro, if they were here, oh my gosh, they would tell you when Taskmaster got revealed, bro. I almost walked out that theater. I was mad, boy. Bro, I've never been mad at a Marvel movie ever until I saw Black Widow.
Right.
Oh my god. And then because my friend always keeps telling me, like, wait, hold on, don't give up hope just yet. Maybe this could be it could maybe be like a gotcha moment, like
Gotcha.
what they did with the Mandarin in Iron Man, and because the Mandarin in Iron Man, he was a fake until we got the real Mandarin in Shang-Chi. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting here, I'm like, don't don't do that. Don't give me hope. please, please don't. If they, because look, they already messed up Ultron, and
Mm-hmm.
now it was only a matter of time before they messed up Taskmaster. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, all right. All right, so I can't have nothing. I can't have my good villains. Okay, whatever. But with on the topic of Thunderbolts, I think my own like what you mentioned, Bailey, it's pretty much the Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
But my issue is with this team is it, they're all super soldiers. They're all
Mm-hmm.
super soldiers. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, where's the variety? Like, I just there's really no variety within this team because again, it's the same thing with like the Illuminati in
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. It's only characters we've introduced. We don't have everything. Or perfect example, Civil War. there's a lot of characters. If anybody has ever read the Civil War story arc in Marvel Comics, there's a lot of characters from X-Men, Fantastic Four, to the Inhumans. But in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's a lot of characters that they haven't introduced yet, so they can only work with so much. It's the same thing with the Thunderbolts, but but I'm I'm a little bit intrigued to see what they do, but hopefully I can't. I mean, obviously I can't see this making like $1 billion or anything,
Yeah.
but I'm intrigued to see what they do, even though they did mess up my boy thrice.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I like you said. I didn't appreciate how they did Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie. It was not well. I don't want to call it comic
Oh,
accurate,
okay.
but it.
Was you about to walk out the theater too? I feel
I I don't know.
like.
I didn't want to walk out of the theater because I spent my money on that movie a while ago. But or I'm not sure if we went to the movies. I think I did during COVID, but it was just I don't know. Just the movie was like eh. But anyways, I don't know, with the Thunderbolts, like you said, that variety is not there. I agree with you on that because Thunderbolts included the Punisher, Red Hulk, Elektra, all those other characters. This is the MCU version of the Thunderbolts. Sadly, yeah, I was very upset they didn't have all the characters that were supposed to be in Civil War. That's why I hated the movie. Honestly, I disliked it at first because they had the Fantastic Four, X Men, everybody in there. I mean, everybody was in that event, and just to include just the Avengers base main people that we know, just like and it just. But it, I did rewatch Civil War a few times, and it is a good movie. But that's what I was very disappointed about in Marvel Studios. The only reason why they released that movie, they're trying to combat the Batman vs Superman movie that year because they came out the same
which
year.
which I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why you had to
I
do
don't know
that. You
why.
already had the recipe for making a good movie anyway. So I mean, beating Zack Snyder already. I mean, but I guess they wanted to blow out the ballpark and just say, you know
Again,
what?
I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Bro, because if you look at what DC or like what DC was doing back then, it's like the Marvel. Why are you trying to compete with him?
Mm-hmm,
It's like running a freaking marathon.
mm-hmm,
We all know you're going to win.
mm-hmm.
we,
Like
we all know you're going to win.
literally. But I don't know. I'm excited what they do with Thunderbolts because Sentry is supposed to be the main villain, like more of Void. So
Yeah.
I mean, Void is like his alter ego, basically that takes over because he has so many powers on his mind, and Void is just like an alter ego Sentry, and he's basically like the MCU Superman in a way. Or even though there's a lot of Superman versions in the Marvel universe. Hyperion is in there too, but he hasn't been introduced. But also we got Sentry, which will be first debuted in Thunderbolts, and hopefully they include Red Hulk. I hope because I do like Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross. I think it's a good look, and the way that CGI looked as Red Hulk, yeah, I was like, yeah, it looks good. And of course, Captain America: Brave New World. I know it's a different take because it's not Steve Rogers, it's actually Sam Wilson, but I like Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson. I think he deserves a shield after watching Falcon and Winter Soldier because he can do the kicks and flips just like Steve Rogers, but he can fly. I just keep forgetting like certain things. Of course, he doesn't have superpowers, but in Brave New World, expand that on why he's Captain America. Yeah, he doesn't have a super soldier serum, but he can do the same things as any other superhero. He can fly. He has a vibranium suit. He has the shield. I mean, what else? I mean, he already got the full package, and it looks good too. Like, plus they got Giancarlo Esposito in that movie. I mean, come on, dude, that's some star power right there. He knows how to play a great villain every single video game and movie and TV show. So I'm excited for Captain America: Brave New World. Um,
I'm
also,
just,
yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you
Oh,
off.
you're good, man.
I'm just happy that we actually got a Hulk in the MCU again,
Mm-hmm.
like an actual raging Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're like a fan of like Marvel comics, because I tell my friend this all the time. they're like, sure, you bring in Red Hulk, but it's like, okay, who else you gonna bring in? Because I keep telling him and I keep telling you, Bailey, from our
Mm,
phone calls,
yeah.
there's still a lot of characters that they're missing to make it feels like the Marvel universe. Sure,
Mm-hmm.
we got the X-Men and Fantastic Four, but sure, I've been wanting these since I've been wanting these characters in since I was 11.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 23 and going on 24.
Yep.
I mean,
That's
thank
right.
you for giving them now, but guys, I'm 24.
Yeah.
I'm 24 because we're still missing characters like Nova, Blade,
Blade. Yep. Yep.
Ghost Rider. I'm
Ooh.
I'm waiting for Ghost Rider,
Mm-hmm.
but I never in my wildest dreams, because you know me, Bailey. My favorite Marvel character is Moon Knight. I never
Yep.
I never thought in a million years that they would bring Moon Knight in, because he's so he's so B list level that not a lot of people know who this character is.
Mm-hmm.
And when they announced that he was going to get like a Marvel TV show, I would never forget where I was. I was in school. I was in school. I was in college. We're going to after school project, and I think it was the same year that Blade got announced. That was
Yeah.
the best. That was the best year of my life. I went home. I went because I didn't want to. I didn't want to scream like a girl in in the library. So
Mhm.
I went home, and then I just let everything loose. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my god, I almost cried. I almost cried. I did.
Yeah.
But back to Captain America. I'm glad that we actually got a Hulk in there,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're trying to set up like more Hulks. Like we already have like Bruce Banner. Now we got She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got oh gosh, is it Scar? Scar
Yeah,
I don't.
Scar was on She-Hulk, and then they brought
Yeah,
back Abomination. So
yeah.
uh,
So I don't know if they're trying to get all their pieces together for like when the big event like Secret Wars
mm-hmm.
comes around, because well, for me, for anybody who don't know the Secret Wars like storyline, well, if you don't know this storyline too, it's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Um, I always compare Secret Wars to DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yep.
This is like the biggest event in like the comics. So everybody is there from different Earths, different dimensions. All every character is there. So now that we have entered this era, me personally, I want everybody to be there. Every Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
every Captain America, every Ghost Rider. Please. so yeah, yeah. I know I went a little bit off topic there, but
Well,
yeah, that's it. That's I'm just happy we have a Hulk.
yeah, I'm happy we have finally a Savage Hulk to debut.
Mm,
But the only Savage Hulk that actually kind of debuted was Deadpool Wolverine because they brought him back. But that was like a little cameo. But I'm glad they brought Hulk because I gotta say Hulk's one of my favorite favorite superheroes of all time than DC. Like Hulk is just like a good character. Has so much character development. The strongest one there is. He's just a force to be reckoned with, and
yeah.
just how they, like they said, they messed up a character Taskmaster. They messed up my favorite character Hulk. How they the disrespect there, man.
Still,
I gotta
damn,
say,
still
I.
still putting salt in that wound, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah,
just
I'm sorry, Cole. I
just you wanna twist the knife even more into my heart, bro. Oh, no, I
um,
can't. I
um,
can't.
I
Oh man.
I don't know, man. I hope hopefully they get Hulk right in the next Avengers movies. Like you said, they wanted to bring in and include every single character. So I guess they decided let's do two movies for it. So I'm excited. I mean, why not? Because Doomsday, I mean, of course, it's already teasing the multiverse since Robert Downey Jr. is Doom, Doctor Doom. So
Mm.
basically, they have two movies to decide. How many characters are going to include in this movie, how many characters are going to include in that movie. Like, I really hope they do cameos, like in Deadpool Wolverine, like they actually have a part instead of just showing up. Like, I hope they
Yeah.
speak their parts and everything. But I'm really excited for what they want to do with that. Hopefully, these next few MCU movies and shows are really good. I know without a doubt, Daredevil Born Again is going to be really good. From the trailer, they have White Tiger. We haven't seen White Tiger yet. Hopefully, there's a tease for Heroes for Hire. Luke Cage and Iron Fist hopefully is in there. Maybe
God, I
Jessica
hope so.
Jones. But I don't know. I just hope they include the street level heroes more. Oh yeah, and Kyle, here's an interesting thing from D23 that Kevin Feige, his hat for Spider-Man 4, he was wearing a half Spider-Man. I'm not sure if it was Agent Venom or Venom, but I guess it was teasing for Spider-Man 4, but they haven't made an announcement yet. But all I've been hearing is,
Oh,
yeah. The sad
oh,
part is, yeah.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. So
This,
that one, I have seen that
yeah.
actually. But that was Anti Venom. That was the
Yes.
white one.
Yes.
But that one was more in promotion for the new Spider-Man animated series that's supposed to be coming out. What
Yes.
was it? Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man?
No, it
I
was
think.
yeah, I think Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, you're
I
right.
think so,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he was wearing that hat for a promotion of that because we
Okay.
did get some like um Marvel, we did get some like Marvel animation news. Like what if season 3 is gonna end at season 3,
Mm.
which I don't think if you're a Marvel fan, if you was watching What If, hey, more power to you. I love
Mm-hmm.
that for you.
Oh yeah,
But
Marvel's What If. I'm excited for that. The sad part is it's gonna end at season 3 because honestly they can make infinite amount of episodes in my opinion.
they
But
could, yeah.
yeah, but I wish that they continued on because I heard for season 3 they have a episode dedicated to Moon Knight, uh, Sam Wilson, Captain America, and Monica Rambeau. Well, it's different version Captain Marvel, but Photon. Basically, they're gonna have these mechs like suits from Gundam or something like they created, and they're gonna fight Hulks or something. Like that's a nice cooking episode right there. Or Moon Knight was gonna pilot a Captain America mech or something. I don't know, but that sounds pretty cool when you think about it. And
Oh,
I just come on
oh,
now.
oh, Marvel cooking.
Yeah.
Oh
Right,
man.
man. That sounds
Oh,
interesting than season 1 and 2 combined. Like I don't know. I just like the idea. Just making combinations with different stories. In my opinion, I didn't like how they continued the Captain Carter storyline, and
really?
they brought. I mean, I like Captain Carter. I love the characters that they included because they're different, and it's interesting new take on the characters for Marvel's What If. And it's just like, oh, what if this happened? What if that? And it actually bounces off each other and creates a whole different storyline. But I just wish they included a new main character for season 2 instead of Captain Carter. 'Cause Captain Carter was already a main character, but I guess technically it was kind of about that Black Widow, that universe that lost her universe due to Ultron.
That's
And
fair.
yeah, but I'm excited for season 3 of What If and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Kyle, well, hopefully, well, I didn't want to talk about X-Men 97 yet, but I'll probably say that for another episode. But I'm excited for season 2 of that. I also forgot they announced that D23. I forgot that they just had different sections of D23, and they had Disney, the Marvel movies, Marvel animation, the Marvel games. I so
Yeah.
forgot about that. But I am excited for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I really hope in the future they do a Spider-Man 98 cuz I that was my childhood right there. That was my
Yep.
true cartoon than X-Men 97. Watched
Yeah.
that day one, well not day one cuz I wasn't born yet, but I know that when I was in my early ages early years when I was growing up, that was like my main cartoon I watched. Came on every day. That was like the best animation I ever watched. It had a great character development for Spider-Man. It had great episodes and great storylines. All the Spider-Man villains you can think of. plus they had the crossover with X-Men in there, and plus it
Yeah.
had Secret Wars. Like it was the whole bing bada boom, you know. Like that was. I hope they bring that back, and that would be nice. But yeah, before we move on, Disney D23 was a great presentation. 10 out of 10 for me because they included a lot of content that will come out the next year, where it's not overflowing the superhero fatigue or anything. They just kept it basic and kept it how there's popular characters that people will like. So yeah, what's your review on D23 before we move on to Gamescom? And I think we'll probably like kind of just wrap up there, just you know, at Gamescom because I don't want to take too much time, but also just trying to. This is, of course, apologize, but this is the first episode of the Jones Review, the season premiere. But so far, it's so great because I got my good friend of mine, best friend Kyle Burns, on the show so far. I'm not closing yet, but it's just been a great show so far, and just I want to make a huge shout out to my cousin Latanya for telling me about this place, and thank you for helping me with this, and also my wife Jordan. Thank you for inspiring me and getting me to the point where you know get it done, execute the plan. You can do this, and I appreciate her inspiring me, encouraging me to do this. And also, a
Yeah.
huge shout out to DATV. Thank you so much for letting me use your studio and everything, and being patient with me, and just being able to just teaching me on how to do these workshops. And I want to continue with the workshops too. So I'm very excited for that. Thank you so much for helping me out with setting me up with this. But yeah, I just want to make a huge shout out to the people that family, friends, you know who you are. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you, DATV. But yeah, Kyle, what are your thoughts? What's your review on D23?
Dude, Disney hit me like a truck with those announcements because for starters, they're these fools are going by California time, bro. All when all these announcements was coming out, I was asleep. I was asleep. So when I woke up, I just see all this stuff coming out, just like bam, Incredibles 3, bam, 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 bam. So this was definitely a better presentation than the one at Comic Con. Well, it's because it's Comic Con because they have a smaller venue. They have a smaller venue, but the the stadium that they've rented out, it was huge. It was huge, and I'm kind of proud of them for that because it was huge, a lot of crowd, and a lot of hype.
Just the
Um,
Yeah.
um, from the Disney Pixar side, obviously with the Incredibles 3, that was the biggest announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Um I think they announced like an Inside Out 2 I mean or an Inside Out TV show or whatnot. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
The Disney animation side, that was cool, but we got stuff like Monster Jam
Oh,
still.
Kyle, I forgot. They also had announced Zootopia 3 or Zootopia 2.
I'm excited.
Did they already come out with the Zootopia 2? Or, I'm not sure.
Huh?
Did they already come out with the Zootopia 2?
No,
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Zootopia 2 is about to come out.
Okay, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my second highlight. I
Okay.
freaking love the verse Zootopia, and I've
Mm-hmm.
always said like I wanted to explore this world even more because I feel like we got a little taste of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I would kind of want Zootopia to be like a trilogy for me because we could see like more of the world, which I
Right.
absolutely love world building in any film.
Mm-hmm.
So Disney pretty much hit all the right spots. Um, they hit every area to where it didn't feel like it was like too like overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the Disney animation side, it was cool. It was cool. I mean, we did get like an announcement of like the Eyes of Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that one. Didn't get too many. Didn't get too much news about that one, but and it is what it is. Um, but overall presentation wise, this for me is a 10 out of 10
Mm-hmm.
because
Right.
it was just fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
From the presentation, for the presentation to the overall spectacle of it, because because people did like um post like some of the presentations and some of like the overall stage and the overall like crowd capacity. Dude, it's freaking amazing what Disney was able to put together this year.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly can't wait for I can't wait for the next one. um but overall, yeah, 10 out of 10. Dude, it was solid. To the if I'm sitting here like, man, I wish I was there. I wish I was there,
Right.
then they've done a fantastic job with that.
Mm-hmm. I that was a great like I said, like both of us said, that was a great presentation out of all of them that they have done. Because
Mhm.
honestly, the other ones were kind of mediocre and they weren't like good like announcements like this one. Like they brought the
It felt
heavy hit.
lackluster, didn't
Yeah,
they?
it felt lackluster, but yeah, they brought all the good stuff and announced a lot of nice movies that are coming out. Big ones for me, Incredibles 3. I love Incredibles, but yeah, 10 out of 10 for me for on that. So for right now, for our last topic, we're going to end with is Gamescom, and then we're probably gonna wrap up the show. Just just time wise, just see like how the flow is going and stuff, and don't want to keep people too long here because I know everyone has busy lives, of course. So yeah, so Kyle, we're gonna go move on to Gamescom, and Gamescom, that was another big announcement that just happened this week.
Yeah.
A lot of good video games. I know we haven't talked about too many video games, but that's okay. I'll probably talk more on another episode on that, and I'll just right now I'll just talk about just go off task. I'll just talk about what I'll probably talk about next episode. I might bring in Dune Part 2. Also probably talk more about Fortnite and its new season, and also multiverses. We'll probably save that for another time. Uh, but yeah, just for a little tease for next episode of the Jones Review. But now we'll come back to Gamescom. So Gamescom, it had so many reveals and everything. Uh, for my review of Gamescom, I'm gonna give it I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because Gamescom usually has some good announcements, but this did have good announcements, but not as good as like it was more of like games that are coming out this year than next year. Uh, that I'm kind of excited for, but uh, I want to bring to light this new. I'm gonna start with this show because it was announced a couple days ago, and it's called Secret Level. And what it's the same people that made Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix, and it has the same animation, same CGI. I really want to touch this before we end up wrap up things on the show because it was just a brand new announcement that came out, and they had so much content. It's based on video game characters and what their different. Well, technically, it's called Secret Level because I'm sure there's a level that didn't really have the. Well, it had like very important information that wasn't shown in a video game of that character. Probably, I'm sure that's what they're gonna touch on, and I'm excited for that because there's sometimes in development of video games. I didn't really know this, but they can cut content out, and I'll probably touch up on this on another episode. They cut a lot of content out for Spider-Man 2, which I'm pretty upset about. Sony, I'm pretty upset with you on that. I'm sorry I'm calling you out, but Sony,
Dang.
you,
Dang.
you
You
messed
gotta
up on
call them out like
Spider-Man.
that?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, but Spider-Man 2 was, I mean, it still was a good game, but there was a lot more Venom missions, and there was a section where basically, I think there's more intense. Well, actually, there was sorry I'm getting off task, but I'm still upset about it. But we're in Gamescom. But in Spider-Man 2, there was a content that was cut that basically Miles got the symbiote, and he was supposed to have a lot of missions with the symbiote with Miles, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll make it up with Spider-Man 3. But I just want to say that, put that out there. I'm sorry, Sony, but I'm sorry I put you on the spotlight because that was my most anticipated game last year. But yeah, back to Secret Level. Here are like the episodes you're gonna have for Secret Level. They're gonna have God of War, which is Kratos, Mega Man, Armored Core, and plus the surprising actor that they announced was Keanu Reeves in that episode. So you'll get to see Keanu Reeves in that episode. Also, Concord, which is like a new PlayStation exclusive that's coming out this year. That's going to be included. Kind of a lot of PlayStation exclusives on that, but also different game franchises. Also, they'll have Honor of Kings. And plus, this really caught my attention, Dungeons and Dragons they're going to have in it. And also, they're going to have Adoranium, Pac-Man, Mega Man, Sifu, Outer Worlds, and then Warhammer 40K and Unreal Tournament. But Kyle, what are your thoughts on that on Secret Level? Because I'm really excited for this, and plus it'll be streaming on Prime Video December, the month of December, I think.
Dude, I'm super excited. I'm super excited for this because what Amazon pretty much bought is pretty much like my two favorite things. I love Death and Robots, and I love video games. There you go. There you go. But from the trailers, dude, oh my gosh, it just looks absolutely beautiful. Because for me, let's say, for example, like Mega Man, this is the best that Mega Man has ever freaking looked, and he looks amazing. I was surprised to see I haven't played this game, so I don't know the character's name by heart, but I'm just gonna say the name. Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima's in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my
So
favorite
I'm
game,
surprised. I saw Sifu. Sifu is in there.
Yep, Sifu. Yep.
Dude, oh my gosh. I honestly, and it's coming out this year. I think it's coming out in December, and I'm like, dude, I can't wait. If it's like kind of remotely like Love, Death and Robots, I'm absolutely all in for it. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see what they do with God of the God of War section, the Pac-Man section, because I love Pac-Man. And Mega Man. Apparently, hey, someone gotta give some love to Mega Man other than freaking Capcom. Somebody has to do it. So yeah, but man, it just looks so freaking great, bro. And who knows? It's one of these shows where because I really hate when Hollywood does this. Before a show comes out, it's like, oh yeah, we already have a season 2. Season 1 hasn't even come out yet, so we don't even know how the general audience feels. But with this one, bro, I really do want a season 2 because from what it looks like, it's not dealing with one company, and that's what I absolutely love. They're dealing with like Bandai Namco, Capcom, Sony. They're dealing with a lot. Microsoft. They're dealing with a lot of video game properties that doesn't belong to one company. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So with the next season, I'm just spitballing here.
They need Gears of War. I'm sorry. Put Gears of War in there, please.
Gears of War, Diablo. Oh man, Metal Gear will be another good one.
Oh yeah, that Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I'm excited for that.
Oh man, I'm super excited for that one. And if we're bringing back because apparently because after looking at like properties from the trailer, I hate to bring this up, but these look absolutely fantastic. Mega Man and Pac-Man. Bring back some other characters that need some love, because if this is done by the same studio who made Love, Death and Robots, I would break down and cry. If Bailey, I don't know if you know what I'm about to say, but dude, if next season if Sly Cooper's in here, bro.
Come on, I don't know why you haven't forgotten. Come on, drop Sly Cooper, man. They haven't done anything for Sly Cooper. You know Sony's not gonna bring them out. I'm sorry, man. There's nothing they can do with Sly Cooper.
No. You're wrong. You're wrong. There's a section in here there's a section in this in Secret Levels based on Pac-Man. And dude, just a little yellow guy doing the maze. How you can make a story out of that? bro, if they can do that with Pac-Man, they can do it with Sly Cooper.
Okay.
I just want it. I just
I'll
want.
give you that one.
I'm not dying on this. I'm dying on this hill alone, Bailey, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I just want something with Sly Cooper. I just want, or Spyro. Just hey. I'm cool with it.
Okay.
I'm cool with it, but I'm cool. I'm cool with Sly Cooper too. Just just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, I'm sure Sony will probably figure something out with Sly Cooper, maybe put him
They
in
won't.
a
They
movie.
won't. I know they won't. It's like the equivalent of like I want another Parappa the Rapper game. They probably forgot Parappa the Rapper even exists.
Right.
So I don't think. But I would also like to see like some fighting game properties here, like Mortal Kombat or like Killer
Ooh.
Instinct.
Ooh.
That would be a cool one.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. I see that. I see what you're doing there. Man, I wish I want to talk about more stuff. I don't want to like extend it to where it's like kind of fatigue for everybody and like okay, you know,
Fair.
yeah. But we'll probably have to say Mortal Kombat for another time because I do got a lot of stuff to say about Mortal Kombat One, or I might tease something about it. We don't have like a lot. Well, we do have a lot of time, but I don't want to like overdo it to where like okay, like why is this super long and everything, but just time wise. But yeah, okay, I'll just go off task for a little bit. I'll probably say that Mortal Kombat is coming out with on Mortal Kombat One they have Armageddon, which is like a DLC expansion coming out. But I'll say that for another time. But I gotta say, Mortal Kombat One is not the best Mortal Kombat. MK11 is the best one. But I'll go back to Secret Level. But I'm excited what they do with Secret Level. I hope that I'm sure it's gonna hit every single uh, uh, um,
Area.
every single area that people need in a video game and a video game story, live action and CGI. But I think they're gonna hit the ballpark here, and it's really gonna probably make a lot of seasons for Amazon Prime because Amazon Prime has a lot of exclusives like Invincible. I'll touch on that in another episode. The Boys, I'll do that in another episode, of course. And
Vox
then
Machina.
yeah, Axa Machina, and they got also Reacher and all these other properties that they have. But I would say this is gonna be a good one. Also, they did announce I'm excited for this because I love Dying Light. I know Kyle's haven't played that too much, but this is a very interesting, iconic character that was from the first game. Kyle Crane is returning in Dying Light: The Beast. And I'm not sure it's like a standalone, but everyone loves Kyle Crane because he was the most OG OP type character in Dying Light 1, but I'm not sure if he has special abilities or not because of what happened in DLC. But basically, he's in a new environment and it's about this new zombie type beast that is basically killing certain people in the game. But, they brought back Kyle Crane, which is from the first game. But the second game is about Aiden, who's the main character of the second game. But I'm not sure they said this is a standalone thing, but hopefully you don't have to pay for money for it. It'll be a free standalone, but I think we may have to pay for money for it. But I don't care. It's Kyle Crane is back. I'm excited for that. And plus, they got Arc Raiders, which was announced a few years ago, but same people that made the Division 2 game, and they made a whole new studio, whole new IP, and Arc Raiders is coming out soon. And plus, Kyle, have you seen this game that was announced called Neo Berlin 2087? Because it looks phenomenal. And
I've heard of it.
okay,
Was there a trailer that released for it?
yes, and it should be in the Gamescom IGN section when you look on YouTube. But it's like a first and third person shooter, but it looks very tactical and the graphics are very realistic and it looks amazing. I'm excited for this game. I'm not sure when it's going to come out. I'm sure it's going to have a lot of development down the road because of how realistic it looks, but it looks amazing. And I'm sure it's gonna probably ramp up the hardware and probably overheat it. I'm excited for that game, and then plus, I'll probably go more in depth with these games on another episode, but also we have a directive 80/20, which is like the people that made the dark anthology games, like Little Hope, Mana Medane, and I forget the third one, but also we have The Devil in Me. I haven't played that game, but I am all caught up with those, and that studio is honestly coming out with another game too. I forget what that's called, but Directive 80/20 is probably like a part two of the anthology series that they're doing. So I'm excited to do that. It's more like futuristic, but it's the main actor for that, Kyle, is she played the mom of Monica Rambeau in the Captain Marvel movies. She's going to be the main character in this game.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a futuristic, like doppelganger game, and basically, I guess there was a different version of her that was going to fight her or something. So it was pretty interesting. But the graphics look realistic, not as realistic as Neo Berlin, but it looks pretty good. They're really good with the graphics. And I'll probably end with they also have Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I'm 50-50 about. But I am excited about it. There's certain factors about the Yasuke character that I don't want to really share about on the show, but I know how fans are, how they reacted over his character because it's not accurate to history. But I know this is their own version of how they want to perceive it in the game. But I'm excited for the game. The combat looks amazing. It's a major upgrade from Valhalla. Mirage was a good game, but I gotta say the stealth combat is more tactical when you play as the other character than Yasuke. Yasuke is more of a brute and action-packed, and I forget the other girl's name, who's the other main character, but she does more of the stealthy missions. But I could say that you can crawl on the ground now. It's more tactical. I wouldn't say it's better than Ghost of Tsushima, but I gotta say they kind of trying to beat the competition, but some way they didn't. But I'm very excited for that game. Oh, and also Star Wars Outlaws comes out soon, which I'm very excited to play. And I'll touch up on that on another episode.
Is that one open world?
Yes, it's the Ubisoft Star Wars game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's coming out soon. But excuse me. But I'm gonna probably wrap things up here because it's getting close to the 1 hour and 30 mark. So, yeah, excuse me. But Kyle, it was a pleasure to have you on the show. I forgot to say that Kyle. I know there's a few upgrades with the Jonesview 2.0. Also, thank you DATV. Basically, I can do virtual interviews with my guests, and Kyle is doing a Zoom call all the way from Florida, so that is awesome and perfect quality. Everything got the 1080p on there, almost looking like 4K. Ooh. So it's a major upgrade. I do have a lot of guests lined up. I'm very excited to show what's in store for the Jonesview 2.0, but I'm glad that Kyle was able to start this off with a bang. And I'm glad to have him on my first episode. It was a pleasure, of course. Excuse me for the first episode because we're just getting back in the hang of things. I am, and oh crap, well that just logged out. But anyway, yeah. So I appreciate you guys staying tuned with watching the Jonesview 2.0, and hopefully you guys stay tuned for more of the Jones Review.